Hello everyone. Good morning. I hope you are well today. If you're watching on the replay, do give me a hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know that you are tuning in with me. I would love to know. So do give me a hashtag replay if you are tuning in on the replay. And if you are starting to hop on live, do give me a hello. Give me a hashtag live in the comments. Let me know that you are here. I would love to know that you are here with me today. This is, of course, AMs with Annette, Mondays to Thursdays at 11 a.m. It is Tuesday today, which means that our topic for today is our UK business update. So that is what I'm speaking about today. All things government, economy, those types of things is what we cover off on our Tuesday session, our Tuesday business update session. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. Cozy Sundays, lovely to see you as always. Thank you for your hello. I do appreciate it very much. Whichever channel you are on, do make sure you say hello to me in the comments as well. I also massively appreciate all the loves, the shares, the hearts, the likes, the follows, the friend requests, the subscribes, all those good things on whichever channel you happen to be on. Thank you so much for that. I massively appreciate it. This is, of course, AMs with Annette, Mondays to Thursdays at 11 a.m. So if it's not already in your diary, do make sure you pop it in there so that you can hop on for these sessions. I try and deliver you as much value as I possibly can in these. So do make sure you tune in for them. I would love to have you here for those. So today is our UK business update. I want to start off today by speaking about the Kickstarter job scheme. So when the Kickstarter job scheme was announced, it seemed like a great thing for business. I had so many clients saying to me, this is incredible. I'm going to take somebody on under the Kickstarter. This is going to be great for my business. But last week, we found out that, in fact, you had to take on 30 people to qualify for the Kickstarter. So you had to take on 30 people in a oneer. Otherwise, if you were unable to do that, you could not apply directly for funding. You had to go through some kind of intermediary or work alongside other businesses to get together. So you had at least 30 people so you could then apply. This was a real kicker for small business owners. This felt like a great scheme, a great way to start hiring or bring on some new hires, to train people up, to get them up to speed, to help, let's face it, kickstart their business after the COVID situation. And it looks like another, bomb is being dropped for small business, that actually this Kickstarter is going to be way harder for us as small business owners to apply for than we thought it might be when it was initially announced. Like a lot of these things, unfortunately, there seems to be a sting in the tail, which has not been good for small business. And had they put it at a much lower level, actually, I think this would have been an incredible way to drive employment, an incredible way to get businesses generating more money and kickstarting the economy, ensuring that people weren't stuck on unemployment. But the way they've introduced it, in all honesty, it feels like it's going to be not nearly as impactful as it could be had been done differently. So really disappointing with that Kickstarter job scheme and how it's actually going to work in practice. The initiative is to pay employers costs in creating 6-month work placements to 16 to 24-year-olds who are likely to be the hardest hit by job losses threatening across pretty much all industries. So that was the plan. And the Chancellor said that every employer, big or small, national or local, they wanted them to hire as many Kickstarters as possible. But let's face it, if you are a small business that currently only has you or you and a couple of people working for it, you can't suddenly take on 30 people. That is going to just be crazy for your business. You wouldn't manage to do that. It would just be insane. And therefore, you have to agree with other businesses Where does the responsibility lie? Who ultimately has, has responsibility for training these people? Is it the person that applies for it as a group? Like, what does that actually look like in practice? And that is what's been a real kicker for this scheme, unfortunately, and really, really disappointing now that we have the fine print as well. Good morning, Tim. Lovely to see you. Eloisa, always wonderful to have you on. Asana, thank you for joining me. I do very much appreciate everyone who is tuning in this morning. Wherever you are tuning in from, thank you so much. I also love when you say hello in the comments. It means a lot to me when I get those coming through. So do say hello. It would be lovely if you could. And thank you for tuning in. If you are just tuning in now and you do not watched any of my live streams before, my name is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I am a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional and financial strategist, and I help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. This is AMs with Annette. It happens Mondays to Thursdays at 11 a.m. on whichever platform you happen to be watching on now. And we have a different theme every day. Tuesdays is our UK business update. So thank you for tuning in and thank you for joining me today. Janet, thank you for your hellos. I do very much appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. It's lovely to see your name again. So the UK's economic recovery is unlikely to last, the Bank of England rate setters are warning. A summer surge in UK economic activity is unlikely to last, according to those rate setters who warned this week that recovery could be slower and the long-term damage to the economy greater than the Bank of England, the central bank rather, forecast in August. Michael Saunders, who is an external member of the Bank of England Monetary Policy Committee, said on Friday the 4th of September that government support had propped up spending over the past few months, coinciding with the relaxation of lockdowns and the drop in infection rates. But this is a window which is now closing. With the government's wage subsidies and tax deferrals set to end, household incomes will be falling during the next year and unemployment could rise at its sharpest pace for 50 years, he warns. Moreover, structural changes such as a contraction of the airlines and restaurant sectors and shifts to home working could see, and he quotes, a considerable number of losers. He has warned that people losing their jobs in shrinking sectors could struggle to move into growth areas, while it was an open question whether the shift from city centre offices would lead to a more or less productive economy. So pretty stark warnings there from the Bank of England rate setting team. Unfortunately, I think this just all boils down to we just don't know what the long-term or medium to long-term impact is going to be here, and time is going to tell, but there are going to be knock-on effects throughout the economy in all areas in reality, and actually the worst has definitely not passed us when it comes to the economics, because as that rate setter mentioned, there is a lot of things that's been propping up the economy up until now. We'll hear about some of that shortly as well, and I'm going to speak about that a little bit later as well. So we're hearing on a positive note that electric car sales have doubled in the UK in August. The motor industry, however, warns that £16.7 billion will need to be spent on charging infrastructure by 2035 to hit the targets in place. Sales of new electric-powered cars in the UK doubled in August, despite the overall car market declining by 5%, according to official figures. The number of battery electric cars, which have no traditional engine, rose to 5,589 from 3,147 a year earlier, while plug-in hybrids that have an engine but can drive significant distances on electric power climbed to nearly 3,000 from just 910 the previous August. So massive jumps in that as well. Combined, the vehicles accounted for 1 in 10 new cars sold in the UK. Overall, new car sales had dropped 5.8% as well, in what is typically the quietest month of a normal year anyway. So massive investment needed in the infrastructure in order to support this move to electric vehicles as well. Tim said, I would love to be that statistic. I just need to get myself a Tesla. You do, Tim. Then you'll be in there. You'll be in that number. You'll be all good. So yeah, huge investments in infrastructure needed in order to support this move that we are being asked to make towards electric vehicles. This also doesn't surprise me too much either, because at this point in time, many people are thinking, I don't want to take public transport. I don't want to, I'm worried about that side of it. And actually, if they're looking to buy a second vehicle for their household, an electric car makes a lot of sense if they're doing short commutes and short runarounds. So actually, I think that, that makes a lot of sense with that statistic as well, when we look at the wider population and what people are thinking and seeing and doing at the moment too. Rishi Sunak's Eat Out to Help Out scheme has beaten expectations. This was a scheme that, of course, was introduced for the month of August, whereby you received up to a limit of £10 per person of food and non-alcoholic drinks Mondays to Wednesdays throughout August. It has of course closed now, being September, but it's saw massive popularity, and the popularity actually grew as August progressed. They estimate that at least 100 million were served during that time at an interim taxpayer cost of £522 million. Wow, that is incredible. So this is playing part of what is keeping the economy afloat at the moment. This is one of the things when I mentioned that there were things in place that were actually keeping the economy more propped up, essentially artificially at the moment. This is exactly one of those schemes that has been doing that. So we are expecting, of course, a drop down in spending in the sector now that has fallen away. It remains to be seen what the true impact will be, but I believe that there will be a significant impact in this sector now that this incentive scheme has stopped as well. And also the fact that we have people who were on furlough taking advantage of this, they're now going back to work, or they're being made redundant, and what that looks like as well in the longer term as well. So again, as always, time will tell on these things too. So thank you everyone who is tuning in today. Thank you for joining me. This is AMs with Annette, and Tuesday is your UK business update, where I am updating on all things that have been happening in the economy, in business, and all those things over the last week. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you for joining me. I'm live every single Monday to Thursday at 11 a.m. I am also live later today inside the Uncover Wealth community for Training Tuesday. That is my exclusive Facebook group for business owners. So if you do own a business, do make sure you come and join me inside the Uncover Wealth community. You just have to type that into the search bar in Facebook, and you can click the link, answer the questions, and come in and join. Today's session at 1:30 p.m. UK is growth versus scaling, the difference and what to do at each stage of business. So I am looking forward to seeing you in there for that. Do make sure that you come over, request to join so that you can get in time for that session today. I would love to see you there for that. So the UK confirms a plan to extend the age of accessing private pensions. So from 2028, individuals will have to be 57 rather than 55 to draw down on retirement savings. That affects me, unfortunately, but it may affect many, many other people as well. So since pension rules were relaxed in 2015, millions of individuals were able to take advantage of new freedoms over how you can get cash from your private pension pot at the age of 55. That is moving to a minimum age of 57. That was announced on Thursday, the 3rd of September. So there is going to be legislation that comes in to enact that move. We're also seeing that there has been a think tank which is calling for a tax rise on pensions to aid the COVID recovery. So tax on pensions paid to millions of retired workers could be raised to help the country's finances recover from the crisis, MPs were told this week. Paul Johnson, head of the Institute of Fiscal Studies, a think tank, said that there was a case for retirees to pay higher taxes on money drawn from occupational or workplace retirement plans. Pension tax relief restrictions and pension tax relief have raised a lot of money over the past decade, Mr. Johnson told the Treasury Select Committee. Told the Treasury Select Committee's tax after coronavirus inquiry. So there is an inquiry ongoing called the tax after coronavirus inquiry. He also continued to say there has, of course, been no increase in the tax on pensions in payment. So he is calling for an increase in tax for pensions being paid out. We'll see what that does. That's obviously not going to be a vote winner, but let's see what happens with that. There has typically been a bit of protection from tax rises for pensions, and Mr. Johnson is saying at least a moderate tax increase should happen. So again, time will tell on that as to how far that gets through everything, but let's see what happens with that as well. We're also hearing that UK businesses are slashing investment as the coronavirus crisis bites. The Bank of England survey has found companies expect to cut capital expenditure by a third in Q3 of 2020. This harks back to what I've been saying for a long time, is that we're not actually going to feel the full impact as a country of this situation for a number of quarters to come. So businesses slashing investment, not a good thing. The average investment, the survey has found, will fall by 32% in the 3 months to the end of September, compared with had there not been a COVID-19 outbreak. This was a survey of chief financial officers conducted between the 7th of August and the 21st of August. And it is expected, therefore, that that reduction in investment will actually inflict long-term damage on the economy in general as well. It is a very gloomy picture, despite the activity that we're seeing in some sectors as well. But this is not a good picture for business or for the economy in general if we actually have this decrease by businesses in investment overall. So that's another kind of stark message that's coming out to us, unfortunately. So I hope that this session has been useful for you. My name, of course, is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I'm a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional and financial strategist, and I help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. Whilst you are on, of course, I would love to invite you to the Wealth Lab, building your implementable profit plan. That is happening from next week. Make sure you register. If you are a business owner, you are crazy not to be registered for the Wealth Lab. So do make sure you register. I will be taking you through this in an online training, step by step, exactly how to build a profit plan for your business. It will ensure your business is highly profitable. It will ensure your business still is able to grow and scale. It will ensure that you've got team in the right place, doing the right things. It will make sure that you have money coming home to you as a business owner and that you've got money set aside for tax. So we're going to be covering all that good stuff in the Wealth Lab, building your implementable profit plan. The link is in the description to this video in most instances where you're watching, apart from Instagram, in which case just head to my bio. The link is there for you to see and click on, fill in your details, jump on in. I would love to have you there for that. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in today. I appreciate your time. I know it's incredibly precious, so I hope that you have got some value from today's session. I will be back, as I said, in the Uncover Wealth Community, my Facebook group, at 1:30 today, and I will be back here for Wealth Wednesdays at 11 a.m. tomorrow too. Too many times, too many things in my head. So do join me for that 11 a.m. wherever you are watching tomorrow. 1:30 p.m. today inside the Uncover Wealth Community. If you're not a member, hop over to Facebook and join that. And next week, the Wealth Lab, building your implementable profit plan, happening live every day next week. So I cannot wait to see you for all those things. There's going to be incredible value delivered in all of them, in all shapes and sizes, in all areas and in all bits. So I can't wait to see you there. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and we'll speak soon. Take care, everyone.